Last night, two of baseball's brightest stars came up big for the Angels. Mike Trout and Albert Pujols both homered as the former MVPs led the Angels to a win in Game 2. Today, Johnny Cueto will try to navigate one of the American League's best lineups. It's the Giants' ace on getaway day in the final game of the series, Giants-Angels, and it's coming up next. We've got a beautiful day here in Southern California as we wrap up this road trip. This is the final game of this three-game series. Giants-Angels, welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and is powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, a win today and the Giants take a series. They haven't done that this year, so this is kind of an important win when you consider they go back home to play a tough Nationals team.
Well, and it would definitely bring momentum back to San Francisco. The guy they have on the hill today is the guy who's been the best pitcher for the Giants this year, Johnny Cueto. In 3 starts, 20 innings, he's allowed 1 run. I don't know how he could be much better. However, despite that, he's only got 1 win, and it just tells you a whole lot about what's happening with the offense right now, or what isn't happening with the offense. And you know, last night they struck out 17 times. They got to put the ball in play more.
Absolutely. Now, this Angels team is so loaded offensively. You could pick a number of different guys to hit cleanup, but today it's Shohei Ohtani.
It is Shohei Ohtani time, and the Giants saw him early in the series, and in 4 at-bats he had 2 base hits. So they've been impressed. I mean, he's an intriguing figure because of what he has done so far. I mean, he has really hit the main stage with a head of steam. So it'll be up to Johnny Cueto to kind of slow him down, and that'll be a fun matchup to watch.
It will be a fun matchup to watch, absolutely. All right, the Giants wrap up the road trip, hoping for a win. When we come back, we will have the lineups in the first pitch right after this.
Brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family. Only at Jack in the Box.
Back here in Anaheim as we get ready for the final game of this road trip for the Giants. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. 78 degrees, see light winds, see humidity, and it is a nice, clear, sunny afternoon. The lineup that Bruce Bochy has posted looks like this. It'll be Panic, Belt, 3 straight games with a home run. That's how he does things. It'll be McCutchen, Posey, and Longoria. The DH this afternoon is Pablo Sandoval. Mac Williamson will hit 7th, Crawford 8th, Blanco 9th.
On the hill today for the Angels will be the right-hander Jaime Barria. Barria, just 21 years of age, 6'1", 210 pounds, out of Panama City, Panama. And this is what he did in his debut. He one-hit the Rangers in Texas. And so today is our first look at him. He's got a fastball that goes low to mid-90s. He's got a curveball, real good changeup, and a slider. So what we've been told is he's got 4 good pitches, and he's a strike thrower.
That's a good scouting report.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Barria. Starting in the Angels outfield from left to right, it's going to be Upton, Trout, and Calhoun. Good arms on the corners with Upton and Calhoun. Simmons and Kozar on the left side, Kinsler and Valbuena on the right side. Pujols getting a day off. And Martin Maldonado, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
The Giants won on Friday night, 8-1, and the Angels came back last night with a 1-run victory. They beat the Giants 4-3. Angels are only a half a game back of the Houston Astros in the American League West. And the Giants, who are 3-6 on this trip, are 6 back of the Arizona Diamondbacks. So Joe Panik getting ready to step in. On a beautiful, lots of sunshine Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it's warm down on the field.
So Barria looks in, he gets the sign, and the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. So we get started at 107. Panik does not have a hit in this series. He's 0 for 9. Made the last out of the game last night as he grounded out the third.
I mean, today is the very first time we've seen any kind of wind at all at first pitch.
1-2.
Don't really know how the ball's carrying today because there was no batting practice. It was Little League day today here at the Big A.
We like batting practice, although we like to see the little leaguers too. So here's the 1-2 to Panik, and he fouls it back. Giants on the season are 5-8 on the road. The Angels at home are 5-6, but their really great record is what the Angels have done on the road, where they're 9-1. Foul back. Nice flat swing by Joe Panik. It remains 1-2.
You go 9-1 on the road, you think you're unbeatable.
That's a great way to start out, and that's how the Angels did it, by winning on the road. And they did lose 4 straight until their win last night. In the dirt, it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And this is a base hit up the middle for Panik.
Well, Brandon Belt making his way to the plate, and he is our Coors Light refreshing finish last night. Belt with a 2-run homer off of Garrett Richards. His 3rd straight game that he has hit a home run. Play almost made by Mike Trout to no avail.
Yeah, Trout had it in his glove, and that's unusual that it doesn't stay in it. So Belt at the plate with McCutchen on deck. Swinging a foul back. He had a pitch to hit.
Both pitchers have a good strike zone to work with today. Doug Eddings, plate umpire, he's a low ball umpire by preference, but he's got a pretty good zone, and you're going to see corners on both sides of the plate. And he's also a good breaking ball umpire. He hangs in there well.
So we like him.
He's a good getaway day umpire. Looks for strikes.
Look out.
Well, you can see the last 3 home runs that he's hit, it's pretty much middle in, right above the knee. That is the happy zone. And he's not missing them when they make mistakes to his area.
Good breaking ball. 1 and 2. Belt in a game last night had that home run. He was 1 for 3. He walked once. He struck out once. Out of play. But that second level, you really have to be ready for foul balls here.
You got to bring a glove. Watch a Giants fan. I mean, he took the bruise off that foul ball coming back, but no glove, no play.
That's very disappointing.
Yeah. Didn't travel down here with his glove.
And you knew eventually Maria was going to come back with that breaking ball. He just did, and Belt did his best to foul it off.
If you look at Berea's lifetime numbers coming out of the minor leagues, I mean, he's got about averaging about 8 strikeouts per 9 innings, and 315 strikeouts against 74 walks. So he is a guy that has a lot of confidence in his control and his command, and he'll throw anything anytime.
Just outside. So Belt taking a look at Ron Wotus. The only thing you can look for if you're a hitter in this spot is if the runner's going or not. He is not, and Belt lines it foul.
That man making a play down there, brought his glove. That bit. So that's credibility if you're in that section instantly. He's the guy. And he brought his glove.
Already, this will be pitch number 15. So that was in on the hands of Brandon Belt, but he got a piece.
Well, Berea has really moved the ball around.
He has.
So if you're wondering as to whether or not he's got a nice rhythm at the start of the game, he does. He's throwing everything that he has. He's spotting the fastball both sides of the plate, down around the knees, up around the belt. Except for that one there.
So we see it a lot. A 3-2 count to Belt. See if Bruce Bochy sends panic. 3-2.
You really have to bet on contact here because you're not going to get a great jump. If you're panicked, you're going to wait till he commits home. And Martin Maldonado has one of the best catching arms in baseball. I mean, he's top 3.
Three and two. Panic does not go, and a foul back. "17 pitches for Berea. This is the 11th pitch in this at bat. I don't know if you could write up a better day weather-wise than this.
No, it's perfect.
Man, this is awesome.
I think players like it a little on the warm side, right around 80. That's ideal.
Well, fouls another one back. Well, we'll wait a little while. It's 78, so we'll see if we can get it to 80.
You know, and you also like a light breeze. When you're out there and you're in the mound, a lot of times the wind doesn't get to you. You can feel like you're a little smothered because of the big walls that are around you, stadium tiers and levels.
Belt fouls another one down the left field line and out of play. See this about Berea, he's thrown the kitchen sink at Belt, and Belt has just managed to stay alive.
Well, and he's also getting a great scout report. No matter what happens in this at bat, he's going to be able to come back to the Giants dugout and say, all right, here's what we got. Because most of the Giants are seeing this guy for the first time.
Now Panic goes and a swing and a foul.
Well, right now, Charles Nagy, the pitching coach for the Angels, I mean, he's squirming around in his seat just because of the pitch count. That's 20 pitches into it. Now, the great at bat for the Giants would be if Bell could get on by way of the walk or a knock. Throw that many pitches if you're Berea and you wind up losing the guy. I mean, that hurts. It's the 14th pitch of the at bat coming up.
Out of play. And now the fans are into it.
The fans are into it. 15 pitches into the at bat. I'm into it.
Yeah, look at the Giants dugout there. They're all enjoying this.
And this is just a great battle. Both guys competing. Love it.
Fall back.
And you're right. I mean, everything that this kid can do with the baseball, he's throwing at Belt.
At some point, the guy on the mound gets frustrated. And that's where you can't lose your concentration. It doesn't appear that Berea is doing that at all.
No, I mean, he is handling this situation as if he's 31, not 21 years old. He is showing great composure.
Watching Simmons at short. Once he got the sign as to what Berea was going to throw, he must have moved 10 steps towards the third base side of second base. Driven down the right field line. Foul. They're into it. If Belt goes back to the dugout and someone asks him what's he's got and he says, I don't know, they need to send him home.
I don't know. What do you throw you? I don't know.
So Maria takes a deep breath on the mound. Foul back.
This is, I don't remember the last time we've seen something like this.
This will be the 18th pitch coming up.
13 fouls. Didn't Alex Cora have an at-bat like this for the Dodgers a few years ago? And I think at the 19th pitch, he hit a home run.
Foul. Somebody tell Belt it's getaway day.
Well, you're starting to see the body language on Berea. Look like there's a little frustration out there. And again, Charles Nagy, the pitching coach for the Angels.
He doesn't see any humor in this, does he?
None.
This has got to be, so far, a 10-minute at bat.
It feels like it. I mean, both guys are, I mean, they're getting after each other.
High and deep, and if you guessed foul, you're right. It's pretty amazing how the Giants dugout sees a lot of humor in this. The Angels dugout, not so much.
No. It is just unbelievable.
Well, didn't you say that Berea was around the plate?
He's a strike thrower. I mean, that's his reputation. I mean, he's throwing 27 pitches, and 22 of them have been strikes.
And another 3-2 pitch coming up. To right field, and Calhoun's going to make the catch. And Charlie Nagy's going out to give him a break.
That's exactly what he's going to do. And you can see, not many times you fly out to right field, the guys get out of their chairs and come up and pat you on the back. Just take a look at all the pitches and all the movement. I mean, he really gave Belt everything that he had. And that was our pitch cast, brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
That's just broke a record, 21 pitches.
That's amazing.
The old record was 20. Well, you just saw a major league record, folks.
Well, and in the modern day game of baseball, the pitch count is everything. I mean, that's a great at bat no matter what you do.
Sandoval just asked him, what do you got? He said, I don't know. Here's McCutchen. McCutchen takes down low. 12 minutes, 45 seconds. I'm going to say that that's a major league record.
Well, I don't think he was going to argue with you.
McCutchen takes a strike. McCutchen hit the home run, had one hit on Friday, and then went 0 for 2 with a couple of walks yesterday. Swing. And miss. It's 1 and 2. 21 pitches. Wow.
Well, it's cool that it's a major league record. No wonder we couldn't remember anything like that.
Well, the only way it works is if you have a strike thrower, like you said. Ricky Gutierrez against Bartolo Colon. That was the record before this one. And what is Bartolo Colon?
Strike thrower.
Inside to McCutcheon.
If you're ever worried about a long inning where you're throwing a lot of pitches, if you're a pitching coach, I mean, first inning is probably the best inning for a guy to have a long inning because he's strong and he's got the ability to go deep in the pitch count. But right now, Barria's working.
Runner goes, base hit, left field. Panik will stop at second. And here's Buster Posey. I wanted to say that a couple of years ago, opening up the game in Wrigley Field, Dexter Fowler had a long at bat against Jeff Samardzija. And it kind of ruined Samardzija's afternoon.
It can. 35 pitches in a first inning, Matt. That'll affect the rest of your day.
Buster fouls it out of play.
I do know one thing. I mean, if you're the Giants, you can expect that ball to be around the plate.
Yeah.
I mean, Barria has proven that to him through 35 pitches.
High to Buster Posey. Buster 0 for 4 on Friday and then did get into the game yesterday. He was on deck when Panik made the last out. He had some back issues and was taken out of the lineup before the game started yesterday. Here he takes a strike. It's 1 and 2.
Perfect little breaking ball. First time you're seeing a guy that's breaking ball, you are disadvantaged. So that was a little knowledge for Buster Posey. Better to see it in a 1 strike count than a 2 strike count. That breaking ball was perfect.
Up the middle. That's 1. And they're going to say safe at second. The bases are loaded.
Kind of an off-balance flip from Andrelton Simmons, the shortstop of the Angels. And Kinsler had to come off the bag to go get the ball. Gives you an idea of the range of Simmons. And there you see the flip took Kinsler off, and Bea Posey was going hard down the first base line, so the Angels get nothing.
So
he's nowhere near that bag.
Here's Longoria.
An easy call for second base umpire Mark Ripperger. And you see Buster Posey. That's all he's got right there. If you're going to get a time on him as a scout, that was the time. Home to first.
Swing and a foul. Longoria was laying in the weeds on that first pitch.
I think all the Giants are going to be doing the same thing. Next pitch will be number 40 for Barria.
Longoria with 2 hits yesterday. He's got 3 in the series. Look out. It's inside to even the count.
When you start to fatigue in an inning because of the pitch count, you usually miss up. And the pitch that suffers the most is a slider. It just starts to roll. You don't get the same type of sharp break. Say the same thing for a curveball. Although that's a pretty good one right there.
Yeah. Bullpen is up now for the Angels.
Well, I don't think Mike Scioscia has any choice. And this really has all been caused by the 21 pitch at bat that Brandon Belt had against this kid. But you got to take advantage of it. Longoria's perspective, he's got to get a fly ball deep enough in the outfield to score panic from third.
Down the left field line, it is foul.
And that's that big hanger that you're hoping to see. A mistake up above the belt. And watch the pitch. I mean, that is a pitch that you can get up in the air. You can get that ball deep enough to get that runner in.
Foul back. We got another rip. 43 pitches.
Blake Parker, the right-hander's in the Angels bullpen, and he's got a red alert going.
And he got a piece. He spoiled a pretty good hook right there.
He caught a piece of Maldonado too. See plate umpire Doug Eddings going out there cleaning off a plate that's completely clean just to give his catcher a little time. Let's see where it got him. Yeah, the thigh. Could have been worse.
Over is Maldonado, and he makes the catch. So now it's up to Sandoval. Sandoval in the game yesterday went 1 for 4. He knocked in a run. So here's a guy who likes to swing it and a guy that's around the plate.
Well, he's going to look at speed here. Either fastball or breaking ball, but he's going to think and get after it.
On the outside corner for a strike.
He wasn't looking away. He was looking middle in. Probably look at breaking ball after what he'd seen in the previous couple guys.
Panic, McCutcheon, Posey. Nice block. 1 ball and 1 strike. The next pitch will be number 48. Tap foul, 1 and 2.
I doubt if Jaime Barria has ever had an inning like this in his life.
Ever. And he's going to get out of this mess. Simmons, and that'll end the inning. 28 minutes. Angels coming up. The bottom of the first inning. Here's Mike Scioscia's lineup. It'll be Kinsler and then Trout. Trout has had a good series with a couple of home runs and a couple of doubles, followed by Upton, Ohtani, and Valbuena. Cozart will hit 6th, then it's Simmons, Calhoun, and the catcher Maldonado hitting 9th.
On the hill for the Giants today will be the right-handed veteran Johnny Cueto. Cueto, 5'11", 230-pounder. He's 32 years of age and his 11th year at the big league level. And this is what he has done this year in 3 starts, 1-0 with an 0.45 ERA. Just 1 earned run in 20 innings, 13 base runners and 16 strikeouts against a couple of walks. How does he do it? With a fastball that can go low to mid-90s, more lows than mids. He can sink and cut that fastball. He's got a good tight little slider, a changeup that is one of the best in the National League West, and an occasional curveball. What he has done so well this year is just he's mastered the command of all those pitches. He has been so consistent to the strike zone with everything he throws. In lifetime against the Angels, he's 1-0 with a 1.2 ERA. He has never pitched here at Angel Stadium.
So here's Ian Kinsler. And Kinsler takes a strike, hitting 267. He's got a home run. He's got a couple of RBIs.
It was a long wait for Johnny Cueto,
Yeah,
28 minutes. Not a whole lot bothers Johnny Cueto. I mean, he's about as loose a guy. Giants fans remember Levon Hernandez. Looked like he was just playing catch in his backyard when he was on the mound. He was so relaxed. Johnny Cueto's that way.
2-2. Kinsler's faced Cueto 16 times. He's 5 for 16. And this has popped up. Panic shading his eyes with his glove, and he puts it away.
Kind of a spring training sky right now for the defense. And let's take a look at that Giants defense playing behind Cueto today, starting in the Giants outfield from the left to right. It's going to be Williamson, Polanco, and McCutcheon, the best arm in left field. Crawford, Longoria on the left side of the infield. Panic and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And a call strike. Trout has faced Cueto 6 times. He's 1 for 6. But he's had a pretty impressive series. And he pops this one up. And it'll be Belt this time, shading his eyes. And he'll make the catch.
Right now it's time for our Ford Smart Play. It's brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers. And Johnny Cueto Tuesday against the Diamondbacks, 7 innings, 2 hits allowed. He struck out 11 Diamondbacks. Did all this in 97 pitches. And by the way, he didn't walk anybody. He was brilliant, as he has been every time he's towed that rubber for the Giants since the season has started.
So here's Upton. First pitch strike to Upton. 244 with 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Quick pitch and a foul. It's 0-2.
Just changed the grip on the fastball. Got a little two-seam movement running in towards the hitter. His finish on all of his pitches right now is what has been so impressive.
And tight.
It's a lot of late movement with everything he throws.
Ohtani to follow. And this pop-up is going to be a souvenir. I don't know if this is a sellout or not, but it's close.
Yeah, they've had nice crowds through this whole weekend series.
They have. Last night, 42,000. Friday night, over 37,000. Upton's got a couple of doubles and a couple of lifetime home runs against Johnny Cueto. Out of play again.
This is like foul ball giveaway day.
It is. Come on out to the park and get yourself a souvenir. So far, compliments of Brandon Belt. Down low, 3-2. Upton's seeing Cueto pretty well because he didn't flinch at that at all. And the walk. So here's Shohei Ohtani. Did not see Ohtani in the game last night, but he did play on Friday. Got a couple of hits.
See what he has done this season. Hitting 342 with 3 big flies, 11 RBIs.
No balls and 1 strike on the healthy rip.
Ohtani's a big guy. 6'4", about 210.
Down the left field line, foul. It's 0-2.
But you look at the way he's built. I mean, he's built more like a pitcher than he is like a hitter.
Long arms, long legs.
But he's got a flat swing, and he's got a flat swing between the knees and the belt. I mean, that's rare. Guys 6'4", usually they have a little loop, little uppercut. He stays flat down there.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. After 1, 0-0. Third through Wednesday the 25th against the Nationals. It's a dynamic deal, and the ticket offers $8. sfgiants.com/dynamic deals. Take advantage of these $8 tickets against the Nationals. Here's Mac Williamson. And he swings and fouls the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Williamson had a hit to open up the 9th inning yesterday. He went 1 for 4.
Numbers he had in Sacramento were cartoon-like. A little tardy on the 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
High and foul down the right field line and out of play.
You like hitting in this ballpark?
You know what's amazing, Mike, is I did, but I don't remember many days. I remember one in particular that broke up Nolan Ryan's no-hitter. Strike 3 call, he got him. But other than that,
well, we've got the numbers to back it up. And you hit 360 here in 32 games. The only guy ever hit more than you was Ryan Sweeney in 31 games. And I mean, you had a lot of at-bats here. Corey Snyder, Joe Mauer, Brett Boone, Shea Hillenbrand. So something about this background in this ballpark.
yeah, I don't know what it was.
You liked?
Here's Crawford. Plus, remember, Nolan Ryan was on those teams. Frank Tanana was on those teams.
Don Sutton.
I don't remember being very comfortable against any of them. Crawford takes high. Crawford had the night off on Friday, and then yesterday he took a hat trick. He went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Here it's 2-0 with Gregor Blanco on deck. Two balls and 1 strike. Out of play, 2-2. Up the middle. Right there is Simmons who makes the play. And here's Blanco.
See the numbers for Blanco at hitting at 367. And one of his strengths has really been his use of left field. I mean, he's hit the ball all over the ballpark. Came into camp, had to make the team, had to do well, did. It was a no-brainer in the end. It's carried right into the season. And a good first pitch curveball thrown there by Barria. With Barria, he's mixed it up well. 4 pitches that he has, he's got him over, he's moved it around.
High to Blanco.
And with Blanco hitting in that 9th spot, I mean, it kind of, after the first inning, it kind of stacks up speed. In essence, he's like a second leadoff hitter.
Hit well, center field. Trout back, looking up, and he makes the catch. And that's going to end the inning. Cueto coming back out. It's 0-0. Home half of the second inning is Luis Valbuena will stand in. And the pitch is wide. Valbuena hitting at .258. 3 home runs, 8 driven in. Pinch hit in the game yesterday as he lines this one foul. Was 0 for 1 yesterday. Did start and went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts on Friday, and that was the start where Jeff Samardzija picked up the win in his first start of the year. On the ground to Belt, and Belt will take it himself. 1 out. See Dave Fleming on the left, and then there's Andy Baggerly, Hank Schulman on the second row. But the kid we're going to talk about is Kerry Crowley right there. He's the new beat writer for the San Jose Merc. We've nicknamed him Homeroom because it looked like they plucked him right out of homeroom.
Yeah, in sophomore year in high school.
So we're trying to make that stick. So folks, right there, Crowley, homeroom.
Kerry Homeroom Crowley.
His phone is about to blow up. Yep, he took a peek at it. On the ground, foul. Cozart broke his bat. It's 0-2.
You know, when you see new guys come into a beat position, and beat writers, I mean, they get up close and personal with everybody in the Giants entourage. I mean, they're there. First guys there, last guys to leave, spring training all the way through the season. And one of the things that you look at when you see a new guy come on is how hard they work.
Yeah, that's true. And then veteran guys have a certain idea what a beat writer is supposed to look like. You know, a little bit of a boiler, shirt hanging out, maybe hadn't shaved in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Not like that kid.
No. Homeroom?
Homeroom's going to do just fine as Cozart strikes out.
Second strikeout for Guido.
The late, great Hank Peters. That's what we always thought they should, or Nick Peters. That's what we all thought that beat writers should look like. I mean, Nick was, yeah, he did it for 50 years. Homeroom. Yep. And belt high fastball for a strike.
So there's Homeroom Crowley.
I think he just caught wind.
I think Henry Schulman behind with his sunglasses on. I think he just said, hey, they're burying you on TV.
You need to wear it. And that hits Simmons.
Got him the right wrist. Anytime you see a guy hit on the hand or the wrist, you hold your breath in the dugout.
Yeah, you know it, Mike, because you've been hit. Your arm goes numb, and it doesn't hurt. It just goes numb. And then when the numbness goes away, yeah.
And this is one guy that this Angels team cannot lose. Now they have a team full of stars with Pujols and Trout. But this guy here means as much to them as Brandon Crawford means to the Giants. And that's perfect parallel perspective. And if he was to go down with a broken wrist or a broken hand, that would hurt this club. See Mike Scioscia right there. And if you're the trainer, I mean, not a whole lot you can do. You just have to try and let that sensation go away and get some feeling back into it. You take a look at what he hit him with.
I mean, this pitch, Mike, really wasn't that far in. I mean, it was inside.
Well, the problem was, you know, he's bringing momentum to the ball that's coming at him. So it's not like he's deflecting the contact. And that's when you see arms get broken.
Here's Calhoun. Lots of power. 0 for 4 lifetime against Cueto.
Likes the first pitch.
And he takes a strike.
I had to get that out before the first pitch, and he took it.
You did. Overshift is on. And another strike, and it's 0-2. Longoria is at short. And a quick toss. And Simmons is back. Simmons does have a couple of steals.
When you got hit by a pitcher, did you want to steal a base off him?
Once I got the feeling back, yes. just got a piece. Pulled on the ground, and it'll be Crawford, and that'll be a 6-3 putout. And for the Giants, it'll be the top of the order coming up in a 0-0 ball game.
Right now, Alan Hansen is lighting it up for the River Cats in Sacramento. 14 games, hitting .449, 22 for 49, 7 extra base hits, home run, triple, 5 doubles, 6 RBIs. 25 years old. Last year, Hansen was in the big leagues with the White Sox and the Pirates. Giants picked him up, signed him to a minor league contract last December, and he's doing well. He's making some noise. So nice going, Alan Hansen.
So Simmons is talking to the trainer, and Mike Scioscia is now going to talk to Simmons.
Well, they want to know if he could throw. I mean, he got hit on the right arm, just above the wrist.
So Panic is going to lead things off.
You always know how important you are as a player as to who comes out of the dugout if you get hurt. Well, trainer's automatic. But if the manager comes on out, especially if you're in the outfield, you're an important player.
Yep. If you're a Scribini, you might get the traveling secretary.
Yeah. Bus driver comes in from right field. Yeah, he's fine.
Panic with a base hit to open up the game. Shoots this one to left. Is it going to hang up? And it gets by Upton. Panic is going to put on the brakes. And wisely so, because Trout was backing up.
Interesting to see how they rule this, and they've given him a hit. They ruled that was not the normal average play.
This is the last two 20-plus pitch at bats. Ricky Gutierrez against Bartolo Colon, and then one we just witnessed about a half an hour ago.
Well, they're forever joined at the hip.
And a called strike. 49 pitches for Berea in the first inning. He had 13 in the second.
I mean, before the game, I don't know if either guy knew much about the other guy, but from here on out, they're buds.
And a quick 0-2.
At least in the history books. It'll be on your Wikipedia page.
Yes, it will. And if you're Berea, you're saying, well, I got him out.
Oh, that was an amazing victory for him. Those are the pitches that Berea threw. And you can see, I mean, everything was right there in the strike zone. So, I mean, Bell had to defend 21 pitches. And on the 21st pitch, he flied out to right field. One of the best battles you'll ever see.
High and foul.
And here we go again. Brandon Bell has single-handedly got the Angels bullpen going. He got him going in the first, and he's got him up again here in the third. A 28-minute first inning for Berea.
Yeah. Belt out of play.
To put that in perspective, a session of batting practice for a batting practice pitcher is 15 minutes. Berea was out there for 28.
Belt fouls it back. There's Bruce Bochy's view. 1-2. Rolled foul.
Brandon Belt is costing the Angels a lot of money with just the foul balls. He's hit probably $300 worth of balls up in the stands. and that is not an exaggeration.
When you and I played, that was an issue.
He's fouled 20 pitches off today.
And a shot to right, which is going to be a base hit. Belt was singing that song, right? Get down, get down.
He's singing the Get Down song. That's the song the hitters sing when they're going down the first base line and there's a sinking line drive. And they do not want to have it get caught. They're singing, get down, get down, get down, get down. you could hear it. We both have sung the Get Down song.
Yes, we have. So here's McCutcheon. Big swing. You're going to miss. Just a bit high and wide. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Saw activity in the Angels bullpen. It's Noe Ramirez.
Nope. 2-1.
I tell you, when he misses, he didn't miss by a bunch.
It is not.
'21-year-old Jaime Barria out of Panama.
3-1.
If he loses McCutcheon, it may be his last hitter.
McCutcheon is going to come out of his shoes on this one. That's my call.
He's going to zero in on one speed, one pitch. Absolutely.
And the walk. And you're right. That's it. If you're Berea, do you ever think you might want to turn around and just shake hands with Belt as he walks off?
Yeah, I
That'd
think
be
give
great,
each other a
wouldn't it?
look.
Bases are loaded. We'll be back. For baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. One of the big stories of this game is the bat, Brandon Belt, 21 pitches, which broke a record. Ricky Gutierrez against Bartolo Colon had 20. And here on this Sunday afternoon, on April 22nd, a new record. That's hard to do when you think about how long this game has been around. But Belt and Berea, they did it. And they just kept going on for a while. We're not even halfway done yet, folks. I mean, pack a suitcase.
And a lunch. And that was the final pitch, the 21st pitch. He flied out to right.
Posey taps it foul. It's 0-1.
Noe Ramirez, the new pitcher now for the Angels. High sidearm delivery. And he's got pretty good velocity on the fastball. It really does remind you in velocity to that high sidearm to that of Corey Guerin. Got a flat breaking ball and a changeup. That's what he has done in 11 games, 14 strikeouts in 10 2/3.
Buster had an infield hit in his first at bat. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Giants trying to break through, put something on the scoreboard.
Panik, Belt, and McCutcheon. Down the right field line, foul.
You know, normally you get the bases loaded, you got the 4, 5, 6 guys coming up. You're not worried about scoring. You're worried about how many you're going to score.
Right.
But when you've been struggling to score runs, I mean, this becomes the important at bat right here.
Yeah, remember, the Giants had him loaded in the first inning with 1 out.
And Longoria up.
Up the middle. That's 1. That's 2. A run comes in. It's 1-0, and Belt moves to third.
And I think the Angels will take that. So why is it being a disappointing at bat for Posey? But the Giants do indeed get that all-important first run on the board. It's kind of a tough angle for Ian Kinsler, the second baseman of the Angels, to get a throw off, because he took that throw and his back was completely facing McCutcheon coming down the line.
Here's Longoria, who popped out. And he takes low and away.
Posey trying to jump to, look at that, don't hurt your ankle, jeez.
Down low, 2-0.
Jumps. Oh, he could have hurt it. A heel, an ankle on his eye. Yeah, I don't even want to look at that. Seems to be all right. Here's the play we're talking about. Back completely to McCutcheon. That's the one you didn't like.
It's almost a blind throw. High and deep into left center field. Trout back. Out of here. So Longoria hits his 4th of the year, and now he's feeling a lot better. My goodness, we've seen some high home runs lately, haven't we?
Well, that's the way you like them.
They're good that way.
It looked like a hanging breaking ball. Yep. And Noe Ramirez knew it as soon as it left the bat. High and far.
Sandoval takes a strike.
You think that Longoria was a little ticked off the first inning?
I do, yeah, I do.
Had a one-out bases loaded situation and he popped out.
Sandoval takes up and in.
You know, he hits a 2-run homer here, so he's still ticked off about it. Make him feel a little better. Just missed. Martin Maldonado, the catcher for the Angels, thought that was a good strike. There's Longoria.
Sandoval, a healthy rip and a foul.
Panda lost his bat.
Two and two to the Panda. Oh. I'll say this about Ramirez. He brought that one in really nice, but missed.
Yeah, well, that's really why the Angels like him. And he's got the high sidearm delivery. He can get a ground ball, but he can throw some velocity at you from that angle. He can't throw the ball straight. It's a natural little sink running away from lefties.
And Sandoval is out swinging to end the inning. 3 runs on the board for the Giants. 1 will make the Night with the Warriors Night, presented by Pete's Coffee. You get a ticket to see the Giants and Padres and a Giants-Warriors reversible scarf. sfgiants.com/special events. Here's Maldonado, 3-0 Giants, and Maldonado takes a strike. Maldonado caught the first game, went 0 for 3. Rene Rivera did the honors yesterday. And the 0-1 is another strike, 0-2. Kinsler and then Trout. Way outside. And with the DH, this is where manager doesn't have to worry about the bullpen. To worry about a pinch hitter.
That's right.
Cueto's digged up a little bit. Looks like he's favoring that ankle.
Longoria's going to come out and say, hey, what's happening? Well, now all of a sudden, you're going to see everybody coming in. Looked like he slipped with his stride step as he planted. I mean, for him to miss that much. It had to be bad footing. And it's just a matter of if you roll the ankle. Now, he's had a problem with the ankle. He's got off the disabled list with an ankle problem. And really, both ankles have had some minor injuries since the start of the season.
Tape him up. I think he said, I'm good, and I think everybody said, well, you need to throw another one. And the answer might be, I'm good for now.
All right, he says he's all right here, but the concern that Bruce Bochy has to the health of Cueto is not going to go away. We're going to watch him closely.
So it's 1-2 to Maldonado. And it hit him. Cueto not happy.
Well, no, he had him in an 0-2 count. He's cruising. There you see the anger. He doesn't show a lot of motion out there on the mound normally.
Here's Kinsler. Kinsler popped out. He's 0 for 1. First pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes.
You know, the bad thing is if you've got a little twinge in there, and if you're thinking about it, it's a problem. Because if you've got some pain there in your foot, you're going to throw around it. You're going to find a way to throw around that pain. And that's when your mechanics, all of a sudden, they just go away. And he doesn't look that comfortable.
No, he doesn't, and he's got the beef coming up.
There's nobody in that batter's box going to feel sorry for him. It's the exact opposite.
Hit on the ground to Longoria. That's 1. That's 2.
Well, that'll make it feel better.
And a nice play by Longoria. Anytime that ball comes up at the last minute, it's not an easy play. Dave Fleming is here. John Miller is on assignment. Dave will be in innings 4, 5, and 6. I'll head over to the KNBR side. I'll be working with Darren Chan, who's not allowed to talk.
Is that your rule for Darren?
Yeah. We also found out.
No talking, don't make eye contact?
No, Darren Chan's the only one in this ballpark that can wear Bruce Bochy's hat and it fits.
That's true.
Here's Trout. Trout takes outside for a ball, 1-0.
The Ocho Club. That means you have a size 8 or above hat size. And they all have one similar rule if you're in the Ocho Club. And that is, if you ever find a hat that fits, buy it, regardless of what it looks like.
Two balls and no strikes to Trout. Trout popped out to Belt. And a strike.
3-0 breaking ball. It's respectful, especially with a 3-run lead.
Three and two.
Right back with it, nails the outside corner. She is shaving the strike zone on the outer half.
Got him. He quick pitched him, and that'll end the inning. Dave Fleming will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. 3-0 Giants.
That was awesome. The 28th, first 25,000 fans will receive a Brandon Crawford Gold Glove Gnome presented by AAA to commemorate the 3rd straight Gold Glove that Crawford has received. For tickets, go to sfgiants.com. Reminder to those who had a ticket to the Friday, April 6th game, your ticket is now good for the 105 start on Saturday the 28th against the Dodgers. We are going to the top of the 4th inning. Giants lead the Angels by a score of 3-0. Now here to tell you all about it, my old pal Dave Fleming.
Hi, Mike. It has not been a boring day.
Oh, we saw a Major League record.
Sorta. Mac Williamson takes a ball against Noe Ramirez. As far as we know.
It's not the kind of record you want to see on getaway day, though.
Longest recorded at bat in Major League history. Brandon Belt, 21 pitches. Curveball to Mac Williamson. It's 1-1. And just a totally bizarre start to the game because of that. Very entertaining in that way. One and two.
Right at the bottom of the strike zone.
Williamson, who struck out in his first at bat, up for the second time. He blasts that one foul. Angels did take Andrelton Simmons out of the game. So after being hit by the pitch, and then there was some concern after that, they've moved Cozart over to shortstop from third. Valbuena from first base is now playing third base, and it's Marte who's in the spot of Simmons at first. Williamson was on that pitch. A couple of Giants, including Buster Posey, sort of wishing that Andrelton Simmons had left the game a little earlier. Simmons can go get it at shortstop.
It's great range. Gifted shortstop.
Strike 3 called. Williamson has taken 2 of them.
Right at the top of the strike zone. I think he kind of gave up on that one, thinking it was going to be outside. Then the movement from Ramirez fastball brought it back to the strike zone. And that's going to be it for Noe Ramirez.
Angels and Mike Scioscia going back to the bull. Are streamed live on the NBC Sports app for mobile or tablet. Stream the Giants on the go. Brought to you by your Northern Cal Honda dealers. We are here in Anaheim at the Big A, they call it, in Southern California. Final game of the series, last game of the road trip. Giants leading the Angels 3-0. And another pitching change for the Angels. Right-hander Blake Parker comes in.
Been a workhorse so far earlier this year for Mike Scioscia. 11th game that he's come into. Parker, I mean, he's right over the top with his release. He's got a low 90s fastball and a 12-6 break on a curveball. He also throws a split.
He'll face Brandon Crawford here with 1 out and nobody on in the 4th inning. Crawford who could use a hit. Rounded out his first time up today. Off the plate away, 1-1. Well, any concerns for you going forward with that Cueto ankle after the visit to the mound, the little stumble?
Always concerned when you start talking about foundation injuries. Injuries to your ankle, your knee, they alter your throwing motion. And the thing you worry about is if there's pain down there. Because if there's pain down there, he's going to throw around it. He's not going to throw through the pain. And throwing around pain alters your mechanics, and that can affect your arm.
A pop-up with that bright sunshine. Cozart, the shortstop now, called off by Upton. That's out number 2. Would there be any concern going back in the dugout, sitting around for a few minutes? Can that change if it's an ankle, something like that?
Absolutely, it can. And you know, as you stay on it, you keep throwing. I mean, I think it could continue to stiffen up. I mean, right now, I think they'd be lucky to get 5 innings out of him. Remember, he's had some ankle problems. And we're talking both of them. One he hurt pitching, the other one he hurt working out.
Blanco bunts, foul.
But it put him on the disabled list, so it doesn't take much to re-aggravate an ankle injury. You know, there's Dave Greshner, Giants director of training, coming over and asking him if it's a concern, and Johnny Cueto shook his head. So Cueto knows himself. But I don't expect him to go past 5.
He and the Giants have a 3-0 lead. Cueto's back in the dugout now. I think briefly they'd gone either all the way into the clubhouse or just into the tunnel.
Keep moving. But they're also going to give him the argument that every manager and trainer gives a player who's had a minor injury. It's a long season. This is April. Just think about the big picture here. If you're uncomfortable now and you're throwing around it, you could subject yourself to more injury.
Another bunt attempt, another one foul.
I like that. I mean, if you're going to bunt once, bunt. Why not bunt again? You never see that. Guy will go up there with the idea, I'm going to try and bunt for a hit. He bunts it foul. It's over. Still a good idea.
Gregor, who's got speed, 2 outs. You know, sometimes that can be a spot where you don't want to see a bunt. But with Blanco, I think it's not a bad play. Try to get on base. His speed out there. You got panic coming up. Well, he won't try it again now with the count 1-2.
We don't think.
Unless he's really bold. 2-2.
Oh, you know, I haven't seen it very often. Earl Hershiser used to do it, but he's a pitcher. But when Bruce Sutter first came to the big leagues, and the Big Red Machine came in to play the Cubs, and Johnny Bench, the Hall of Fame catcher, in an 0-2 count against Sutter, he tried to bunt.
Wow. That was a compliment to Bruce Sutter.
It absolutely was. Pete Rose, who was also in that lineup for the Cincinnati Reds, Pete was a switch hitter, and he had no chance against Sutter from the left side. He tried to hit him from the right side. That's how good Sutter was. He was unique. He was something nobody'd ever seen before. But when Johnny Bench tried to butt him 0-2, we knew. The Reds were impressed with Sutter.
2-2 to Blanco here in the 4th inning. And Gregor hits one hard into center field. That'll get down. Base hit. 2-out single for the Giants center fielder, who seems to me every time the Giants give him a chance to play is doing something positive.
Well, and I think right there is one thing that he's done differently since we last saw him in a Giants uniform 2 years ago. Now, I remember last year he was with the Arizona Diamondbacks, but his 2-strike adjustment swing now is completely different. I mean, he took swing out. There's a disciplined swing that is geared for the middle of the field. I mean, his bat control is better now than it's ever been, especially with 2 strikes.
Joe Panik's 2 for 2. Gets his 3rd at bat already in the 4th inning of this game. 2 singles, has scored a run. They'll pay attention to Blanco. You got Maldonado behind the plate, which does make it tough to run.
Parker very deliberate. He's also very slow out of the stretch, so he is going to provide some opportunity. But the point you make about Maldonado, he can overcome a slow delivery from a pitcher. That's how good his arm is.
Takes a while for Parker to get gathered, and then he throws the pitch that misses down. Ball 1.
He takes too much time.
There's a pattern of that on the Angels, I think. They have a few pitchers who are extremely deliberate.
I mean, if you watch Parker, it looks like he's shimmying down a tree the way that he gets his hands in position to come set. The big bend at the start. And when then he comes in an upright position. Watch his hands as they go down and they go up and they come back down. Yeah, it comes up and then they go down and they go back up and then they go back down. And
all for that.
it's a lot of checkpoints to check off before you're ready to throw a pitch. And if you're the defense playing behind him, you're not happy.
There goes Blanco. Maldonado can't even get off a throw.
Well, he knew it had to be a perfect exchange because he's not getting any help at all from Parker. And I just don't think Maldonado got a grip. You know, normally, catchers like it when they catch a ball that's on the inside corner to a left-hander because in reaching for the ball, it naturally cocks their shoulders. But when the ball was low and he couldn't get a grip, well, he knew the smart thing was don't throw it, take a bite out of it.
That's a big steal for Gregor. Panic pops up. So that's not going to get Blanco home. Cozart out to make the catch. Giants do not score. Middle of the fourth in Anaheim. 3-0. Giants lead the Angels.
Fourth inning, time now for our Xfinity fast pitch. It's powered by Xfinity high-speed net. And this was the payoff pitch from Johnny Cueto as he quick pitched Mike Trout. And for Cueto, that was strikeout number 3. All 3 of his strikeouts today have been swing and miss strike threes.
Well, we will keep a close eye on Johnny, who appeared to aggravate, do something different to the ankle last inning, stayed in the game, convinced everybody that he's okay. But the Giants will be watching Cueto very closely. And the point you made about it being a long season, especially with Samardzija just coming back, Bumgarner still on the DL. The Giants have done a great job considering all that, but Cueto's supremely important for this team. Upton on the first pitch to right center field. Blanco all the way back. That ball carried pretty well, but it stays in the yard, 1 out.
That's the hot part of this ballpark, right field. I mean, they've always had carry to that side. Interesting that they made it even more inviting to hitters this year when they knocked off about half the fence. It used to be you had to hit it over the wall, over the scoreboard, and now in right field you just have to hit it over the 8-foot wall.
And it has made a big difference. There have been 5 or so home runs that would not have been home runs in the old configuration, including Belts last night, that are in this new configuration. Shohei Ohtani takes a strike.
Yeah, hit over the yellow line. That's good to go.
0-1. Called strike 2. Nice pitch.
Cueto got Ohtani on a changeup in his first at bat for strike 3.
See if he tries that again. Little shoulder shake, and he struck him out for the 2nd straight time.
with
a changeup.
A changeup. And that's his bread and butter. But when he's going good, everything has finish. And look at the movement. Throws it off a two-seam grip, and it moves a little subtle slide away from a left-handed hitter, and it just falls off the table.
Two down for Valbuena. You know, it's amazing in this era of baseball, Mike, we have so much stuff that you can measure, and they use all the StatCast stuff, and they assign pitch values to every pitch thrown based on what the hitter does with a certain pitch. And I think there's a margin for error. I'm not sure they're always totally counted properly. But last year, Cueto's changeup, it was the first year his changeup wasn't the very best or one of the very best in all of baseball. It was kind of an average pitch for him last year. And he did not have a normal Cueto year. And this year, the changeup is right back being maybe his #1 weapon.
Well, and I think it really illustrates the point. If you have blisters on your fingers and you can't throw off the tip of your fingers, you're going to alter that throw around the pain, and it's going to affect everything that you do.
Valbuena skies one to shallow left. That's going to be a long run. Who's going to get there? It'll be Mac Williamson to make the catch. A lot of finish on those pitches from Cueto. That's a quick inning. Giants lead 3-0.
Join us for Marvel Day at the ballpark Tuesday, April 24th. Your special package will include a Hulk Giants bobblehead and a ticket to see the Giants take on the Nationals. Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Tomorrow, we're back home tomorrow.
Can you believe that?
This has felt like a long road trip to me.
Well, anytime you have a 4-gamer like they had in San Diego, then you have an off day and a 3-gamer, which in essence, 2 4-day spans in cities. That's going to lengthen it out.
Brandon Belt facing somebody other than Jaime Barria for the first time. It's been a remarkable day for Belt. It's 1-1.
The 3-game series, I mean, that's like baby bear's porridge. It's just right. 2 gamers too quick, the 4 gamers 1 day too many. We have a beach ball delay. Yep, they've got him here too. It's Southern California.
They can't help themselves. Blake Parker shimmying down the tree. Now he's ready to pitch. That's a ball to Brandon Belt. Belt, in case you're just tuning in, came up, second hitter of the game. Joe Panik, leadoff single. Belt came up. Got behind in the count, started fouling off some pitches. Fouled off some more. Fouled off some more, hit a couple foul home runs down the right field line. Fouled off a few more, ultimately fouled off 16 pitches in the midst of a 21 pitch at bat. The longest recorded at bat in Major League history, which they only have reliable records for maybe 20, 25 years, something like that. But no matter how you look at it, amazing. That's a strike to Belt.
Well, it was amazing that Berea won the battle.
I gave him credit over on the radio side. 21 years old, didn't give in.
Yeah, I mean, he handled that situation, we said, like he was 31, not 21. Held his composure, but it was devastating in regards to his day. It took all the wind out of his sail.
He ended up going 2 innings and threw 77 pitches. So Belt really deserves a lot of credit for this 3-0 Giants lead, even though he's just 1 for 2 with a single. He has been a big part of the offense today. It's another foul ball.
Oh, look out. Our camera guys get hurt. We need that guy.
Gary, everything okay down there? Yeah.
Gary, we need to get you a helmet.
Just tap McCutcheon on the shoulder, ask him for one. Well, here we go again. Brandon Belt. It's everybody gets a souvenir day, courtesy of Brandon Belt.
It's unbelievable.
He had an 8-pitch at bat his second time up, which felt like a blink of an eye.
I mean, he's going to fall asleep in the plane like about 8 feet off the runway.
He's had a week's worth of swings. He crushes one to right field, and he has earned that one today. A mammoth home run for Brandon Belt. Is he locked in or what?
That's what he does. When he gets it going, he can carry you. It's 4 days in a row.
4 games in a row for Brandon Belt with a home run, 5 on the year. And he has just had an extraordinary day here in Anaheim.
But it's just a devastating at bat for a pitcher. When you battle a battle and the guy's fouling you off, you got him with a 2-strike, he works it full, and all of a sudden, boom, he unloads. And not only beats you, but beats along.
And that was a 9-pitch at bat. So what, 3 times up, he's seen 38 pitches, something like that.
That's unbelievable.
And he's got 2 hits, including a long, loud home run. Well, we'll say it again. We've said it a lot.
It's great. Watch the dugout, the reaction. Rick Shute, one of the Giants hitting instructors, along with Alonso Powell.
I taught him that.
They love that at bat.
Yeah, they do.
They know the effect it has on the pitcher.
And we'll retell the story. McCutcheon strikes out swinging that we've told a few times already here in Anaheim. It was before game 1 in Arizona, so it was Tuesday, almost a week ago. And Bruce Bochy, before the game, made a point of telling us, and maybe he told the writers too, but he was proud of Belt for putting in a lot of work before the game, way before the game, and making a couple little tweaks. And Bochy said, look, we'll see what happens, but I think he's going to get hot here.
He called it.
Here's Posey. Takes a curveball in there for a strike. A little positive reinforcement too. You put in the work, you make a change or two that a coach suggests, hey, I see you doing this, try this, and then it works. Good to see.
Well, it is good to see because he takes a lot of heat. locks it in. I mean, it pumps everybody in.
Big chopper. Cozart throws out Buster. 2 down. All right, well, if you're looking for Warriors Playoff Central right now on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, which can be found on the channels listed on your screen. If you can't find NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com. Call your TV provider. You can find the info there. So does that mean that Warriors game is over now?
Yes.
I know they tried to come back, but I don't think they won, did they?
There will be a 5th game.
Evan Longoria launched a 2-run homer his last time up. The long ball again today, a huge part of the Giants offense. Nice road trip for Longoria.
Well, yeah, that's the one thing that came out of this road trip that was a positive. This guy found his swing.
He has had what? 3 home runs plus 4 doubles on the trip.
Got his confidence back, that's for sure. Has totally relaxed him. Started this road trip hitting 132, is at 254 now. And believe me, 250 feels like 300 when you've been hitting a $132, and it's, you know, a new team. Earlier today in the 3rd inning, off of Noe Ramirez, he gets a hanging breaking ball and he proceeds to spank it deep, 402 feet away over the left center field wall.
Neither home run for the Giants today has been cheap.
Well, the way he hits him is, play-by-play guys, you like that.
We like the big fly.
You get a chance to get underneath it, have fun with it, drag it out. It's exciting.
The wall scrapers are a little tougher on the play-by-play guys. I don't complain, though, generally. Longoria strikes out swinging this time. Want to watch another home run here as we go to break? Brandon Belt. That was pretty impressive, wasn't it? Brandon Belt, 4 games, 4 home runs for the Giants. He has gotten red hot, and midway through 5 in Anaheim, Giants with the 4-0 lead. Bottom 5, Johnny Cueto out there, and he has not given up a hit in this game through 4 innings, despite maybe tweaking that ankle again today. He stayed in the game, facing Cozart. with a 4-run lead. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Kozar, now playing shortstop for the Angels. 3 base runners, 2 hit batters, and a walk. One of those hit batters, Andrelton Simmons, ultimately came out of the game. 2-1. Giants trying to win this game and win a series. They have not won a series yet. They've split some. But we were talking to Bochy before the game, and he really felt like this was an important game to get that out of the way. Kozar went around, according to Doug Eddings, 2-2.
I always think it's an important game when you have your ace out there on the mound. You had a road trip where you haven't met your expectations you had before the road trip started. Now you're on your last day. Got your ace. It's important you bring momentum back into San Francisco to start it, which is going to be a tough homestand. So I understand why Bochy thought this was a big game.
That's ball 4.
Well, Warriors Playoff Central is airing right now on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, which can be found on the channels listed on your screen. If you can't find NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com or call your TV provider.
Only 59 pitches for Cueto, but the Giants are definitely going to be watching him carefully based on what happened with the ankle. Jeffrey Marte, this is his first at bat of the game.
Well, one good thing for Cueto is that he doesn't have to run the bases. He doesn't have to hit.
True. Cueto very famously a couple of years ago kind of became a big deal in San Francisco. Somebody asked him about staying with the Giants, going to opt out, you're going to go play somewhere else, and Johnny he's got a very dry sense of humor. He's a different personality, great personality. So I don't know exactly how serious he was, but basically said, hey, you know, someday I wouldn't mind not hitting. He strikes out Marte, nasty.
Changeup has once again impressed the Angels. He's getting a lot of strikeouts with that one. And that's big time sink. But there's not been one changeup that he's thrown today that the guy in the batter's box didn't think it was a fastball because of the arm action. The settle job, which completely makes a changeup, makes it or breaks it.
Inside to Cole Calhoun for ball 1. Giants with a Longoria home run, a Brandon Belt home run, a 21 pitch Belt at bat in the first inning that helped get the starter out of the game early. It's been a heck of a day. We're only in the 5th inning. 2-0 to Calhoun. Only issue for Cueto has been the at times lack of command, a couple walks, couple hit batters. Giants playing Cole Calhoun to pull the ball on the infield. He's a good player, Calhoun. He's off to a very slow start this year.
Strong, small strike zone, lots of power, very aggressive hitter.
Took a big hack there, 2-2.
I mean, short arm swingers, they have such an advantage in this game because they have less swing to command. They get to the inside pitch. I mean, look at Calhoun's, the way he's built. I mean, that's perfect baseball hitter's size. He's not just a dead pull hitter. I mean, he hit the ball left field. He's that strong. Plus, in the grand scheme of things, he's got a pretty good baseball player's name.
He has a great name. Cole Calhoun.
Cole with a K.
He's giving Cueto a battle here. Well, we've seen the Angels for 3 days. What do you think? Quick start? Are they in for a special year?
Oh, they're a talented team. They're deep. They're a very physical team. I think collectively the Angels have the best arms collectively of any team we've seen so far. They got a lot of plus arms.
Struck him out swinging. I think that was another changeup. It was up, not quite in that same location.
That's the beauty of a changeup, is that you can throw it over the middle of the plate. If you've got a good one, you're still going to get a guy off balance. And that's case in point right there. But I think the Angels are very defensive. They obviously have good offense, a solid lineup. Just it's all going to come down to pitching and health.
Two outs. The ninth place hitter, Maldonado, gets a little dribbler for a foul ball.
But I mean, you say that about a lot of teams who have a chance. You know, if things go right, they stay healthy. American League West, they got good teams here.
Well,
National League
especially the
West.
top two. I mean, the Astros are going to be tough to track down, even though the Angels are hanging with them early.
But we've seen the A's, a lot of them. And they're a young, physical team. We've seen Seattle. We haven't seen Houston firsthand, but we don't have to.
We know.
We knew the deal on them. So I mean, and we saw Texas when they're healthy, they can put some thump on you. I mean, they're really banged up right now.
It's not an easy division to pitch in. You got a lot of power, a lot of sluggers. You got some good hitting ballparks.
Yeah, the good hitting ballparks. That's absolute.
Oh, 2 to Maldonado.
So when you get that type of talent on the West Coast in both leagues, I mean, I don't think you're going to see 3 teams come out of a division making the playoffs like we saw in the National League West last year with the Dodgers, the D-backs, and the Rockies. I just think that the schedule's too tough because they play each other.
Yeah, you cannibalize. That's a pop-up. Panic making the call, now called off by Andrew McCutchen. One more base runner, but still no hits against Cueto through 5. It's 4-0. Giants lead.
authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Dave Fleming, Mike Krukow back here in Anaheim, where the Giants lead the Angels 4-0 into the top of the 6th inning. And the Angels, whose starter went just 2 in this game, back to the bullpen when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Cam Bedrosian out of the bullpen for the Angels.
Giants saw him earlier in the series. Bedrosian with a high 3/4 release. He got a low 90s fastball and a hard slider.
He'll face Pablo Sandoval to lead off for the Giants here in the 6th. 4-0. Longoria, Belt, each with home runs. Johnny Cueto has been excellent through 5 scoreless innings. Ball 1 to Pablo. In some ways, the game has been more lopsided than the score. Giants have had all of the scoring opportunities. Angels have not had a runner reach second base. They haven't had a hit. That's a strike to Pablo. One and 2. So we'll go home after this game and get ready for the upcoming homestand. Nationals will be in town tomorrow. Nationals play Sunday night baseball tonight here in Southern California at Dodger Stadium. They'll fly after the game. Sandoval against the shift right to where the shortstop would have been but wasn't. Base hit, Pablo Sandoval.
No delay in getting his hands in a high position there. I mean, just took completely took out all the hitch in his hand action. Just stayed very still, stayed on top of it, got a pitch up around the letters and went the opposite way. It's a nice 2-strike swing.
First hit of the day for Pablo Sandoval. Here's Mac Williamson. First pitch breaking ball.
Man, they're giving him a lot of soft stuff early in the count. They're kind of pitching it backwards. Soft stuff early, hard stuff late.
I wonder if at some point that the term we've all used for so many years, backwards, even applies anymore. You see so many pitchers throw so much off-speed stuff, use the breaking ball over and over again.
Every starter has at least 4 things they can do with the ball, sometimes 6 or 7. 2 types of movement on the fastball. They got curveballs and cutters and changeups. Some guys throw changeups and splits. The game has evolved. I mean, it really has. Thank you, Greg Maddux.
1-1. Ground ball, base hit, left field. 2 on, nobody out for the Giants. Trying to add on to their 4-run lead. Angels starter Garrett Richards last night, just the latest example of a guy. He basically, he didn't have a lot of confidence in his fastball, wasn't throwing it for strikes, and he sort of abandoned it. When he struck out 11 in 6 innings.
Well, I mean, he had 1 pitch that was working,
really working,
and that was that slider. That was as impressive as any breaking ball the Giants have seen this year. They've seen a lot of good ones. I can't say it was the best one they've seen this year because they've seen a lot of good ones.
Hard to say. Here's Here's Crawford. Strike one right on the outside at 95.
When you're throwing sliders 88, 90 miles per hour with big tilt, I mean, if that continues, you may see Rob Manfred, the baseball commissioner, outlaw that pitch. I mean, I don't think he's a big fan of pitchers.
Well, look, we've seen this surge in home runs and this kind of technological revolution in baseball with the studying of launch angles and exit velocities, trying to build swings around that data that we have. But I think you could also say there's never been a harder time to be a hitter with the supreme velocity and the different patterns we see and the scouting reports. And
totally agree. And it's simply because the game has evolved with pitch types and the knowledge how to throw pitch types. I think guys are learning and studying and figuring out hitter swings and swing types much earlier in their career because they have access to good data that they can apply. I mean, if you look at how the bat has evolved as Crawford goes down and strikes, the average bat size now, this is across the board for big league hitters, is 34 inches, 31 ounces. And in previous generations, that's a toothpick. But because of the consistency they see with the high velocity stuff and the 4, 5, 6 different types of movement that they see from one guy, they're going to lighter bats.
Blanco's got a hit in 2 at bats, 1 for 2, 2 on, 1 out. Bedrosian used the changeup for strike 1.
Well, Bedrosian's uniqueness is his high release. It gives him an acute angle on the breaking ball, and it's just a different movement that you see on the fastball and the changeup because of the high release. Angels bullpen, they've got some funkiness coming out of there in regards to release. Sidearm, draw right over the top. It's an eclectic group of arms.
It almost makes you wonder, and I have never seen them talk about it. Maybe they have, and I just haven't seen it. But it almost makes you wonder that they intentionally built their bullpen with funkiness. A bunch of different looks, different type pitchers. It's not the worst idea.
Hey, if you're not exposing yourself to injury, funkiness is good. It's all about upsetting the timing of that guy in the batter's box.
2-1 to Blanco. I just thought the Giants had an advantage over their years of great success in the bullpen with Lopez and Romo, and even Affeldt and Casilla were not just sort of prototypical, even though maybe they were a little more to the mold. But Giants had so many guys who were unusual in one way or another. I just thought that helped him out.
I agree.
2-1. Good hitters count here for Gregor Blanco.
Romo totally unique. And Affeldt was a left-hander with sink, with a big curveball. Then he had the split that he had. I mean, that's a uniqueness. Casilla, I mean, here's a closer with five pitches, and he'd throw all of them. Romo with the no-dot slider. I mean, when you compared the stuff that they had velocity-wise to other teams, they never matched up. But between those 4 guys, I mean, they were catalysts at 3 championships.
Huge reason why the Giants won those World Series.
And I think as they go through life, as a couple of years down the road, they're all going to be out of the game. And that is going to keep that uniqueness, and those accomplishments are going to keep them forever together, because it's such a rarity.
3-2. We'll visit to the mound for the catcher Maldonado. Angels trying just to stay close in this game, give their offense a chance. Giants would love a big hit and break it open. The Giants have dominated this game. They have a comfortable lead, but it's only a 4-run lead. That's strike 3 called. That was right in there. Two down.
Talk about this generation being the generation that guesses more with 2 strikes than any generation prior. And it's really a simple explanation is just they have so much information as to what to look for, what a pitcher's tendencies are, and they go by it. And it used to be the guys who would guess the most at 2 strikes would be your power guys, but not that way anymore. Everybody does.
So now Panic takes a called strike. Giants still looking to unlock the secrets in these runners, in these at bats with runners in scoring position. Two for 8 today in these kind of at bats. 2 on, 2 out. Panic hits a little dribbler foul. Joe's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, sitting in that leadoff spot. The guy who's been the catalyst, the leader today, is in the on-deck circle, Brandon Belt. So the Giants would love for Belt to get a chance to hit in this 6th inning with runners on base. There he is. Oh, 2. Down and in. Kick that back foot out of the way of the slider.
That was the intent of the pitch, back foot slider.
Panic stays alive. We were talking about bullpens, a Giants bullpen. It was interesting. Bruce Bochy got asked before the game today about the Nationals coming to town. Would you have any hesitation using Hunter Strickland against Bryce Harper? His answer was no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I think that's water under the bridge.
Yeah, I do too. But it was just last year. Was that Memorial Day?
I think it could have been.
It was a day game. I think it was a holiday day game on Memorial Day. that was something else. Panic on the ground to short. Cozart's got it. He'll flip to Kinsler covering for the force out. Giants a couple hits, but they do not score. Middle of the 6th. Their lead is 4-0. Recognizing teachers that make a difference. Visit NBCSportsBayArea.com. You can vote. The winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. And we have had so many great candidates over the years. Check it out. Giants do make one change. Gorkis Hernandez comes in to play left field for Mac Williamson as Cueto delivers strike one to Ian Kinsler, leadoff hitter, top of the order coming up for the Angels, third time through now against Cueto. A 4-0 game. It feels like it could be a lot more than that, considering that the Angels don't have a hit yet. That one misses inside. It's 2-1 to Kinsler.
Well, and it's being said, both dugouts. The Angels dugout, they're saying, hey, just hang close. We're going to make our move. And the Giants dugout is saying, hey, we're letting them hang around. We need to create some distance. So both dugouts highly motivated at this point.
That one on the ground, up the middle, base hit. First one of the game for the Angels, and now the big boys start to come up. Including the biggest, Mike Trout, for his third at bat. He's 0 for 2 against Cueto. He has had a really impressive series.
Well, he's absolutely as advertised, isn't he?
We watch him a lot on TV, but a rare chance for us to see him in person. He's been great. Strike one, fastball right on the corner.
Well, the quickness and the power of his swing is what really sets him apart. And he is a specimen.
He could change the feel of this game in one moment. 0-2.
I mean, that ball was, it looked like it could have hit him. And he spinned on it. Talking about how quick he has been in that inside corner. Now you still have to pitch him in. But I mean, that's just quick. Most guys, they're reloaded, get another bat.
0-2. Not a bad two-strike pitch.
Just a teaser, give him a smell of something to set up another pitch.
Came back in and down.
I think they wanted to throw that one down and away. Haven't been many times today that Cueto has not hit his location or been close to it. Trout's hit into 2 double plays on the season.
Struck him out swinging. He's got him 2 times in a row. Impressive.
7 strikeouts. Cueto in his last start in Arizona had 11. Take a look at the pitch. And once again, it's that changeup. Guys are just not thinking it's a changeup when they commit to it. They're thinking they're going to get a fastball, and it's gone.
So 1 out for Justin Upton. That feels like a very big out. The way Trout has done damage in this series. 4-0 Giants in the 6th. A little breaking ball in there for a strike. One and one. Upton has walked and flied out to center. It's out on the ground toward the hole. It's short. Crawford couldn't pick it up cleanly, and that's not in time.
They're going to look at that one.
Yeah, that was close. I was surprised he was called safe. The Giants will definitely be taking a look, and so will we.
Yeah, they're going to check it out. It didn't take long. So this replay review is presented by Xfinity. Kinsler, he's got good speed. I mean, he put some heat on Crawford, and when Crawford didn't come up with it cleanly, you knew it was going to be close at second.
Mark Ripperger, the second base umpire, and the crew chief Joe West, they put the headsets on to talk to New York. The umpires will look at it in New York.
All right, take a look at it.
I mean, it's very close. It's probably worth at this point of the game having him look.
Well, they just showed it here. The Giants fans in attendance seem to think that they should be getting this call. I think it's a pretty good argument, and it's definitely worth a look. But as we've grown to learn, we don't trust New York.
Well, and the throw has to beat the runner to the bag in the glove before the foot's on the bag. Oh, that was close. All right, we're going to get a ruling. Safe. I am not surprised.
No.
That'll be an error charged to Brandon Crawford. Time it was in the glove of Panic, I think the foot was on the base. So now Shohei Ohtani with his power comes up, where one swing could really change the game. This is the first time all afternoon the Angels have had a runner even at second base. Ball 1 to Ohtani with the changeup.
Now the changeup is what has given Ohtani fits today against Cueto. But we have found out about him. He's a pretty good breaking ball hitter.
Strike called. 92 miles an hour on the outside corner. He also is fast. He's a big guy and he's a pitcher. He's doing it all. So he's not easy to double up. He can run. Two and one. Some anxious moments here in a game. The Giants have dominated to this point, leading 4-0. That's on the outside. Strike two.
It's amazing how when you look at Ohtani, I mean, it's almost like he's backing out of the batter's box. The way that he's moving, I mean, it seems to me he's just set up for the inside corner.
He pulls that one to right field, and it's going to get down, base hit. A stop sign at third. McCutchen got it back in quickly. The Angels have the bases loaded.
So a nice two-strike at bat. And did not have a lot of lower body in the swing, as you see Reyes Maranta heating up as fast as he could heat up.
Now Luis Valbuena with his power comes up as the tying run. We're only in the 6th inning. Kinsler, Upton, Ohtani. Bases loaded. Valbuena has grounded out and flied out. Swing and a miss for strike one.
He's trying to tie it up.
That's his game. He's got 3 home runs. He'll swing and miss a lot, but when he gets into one, it tends to go.
Johnny Cueto digging deep right now.
Call the ball.
A bit high. You're talking about low part of the strike zone, high part of the strike zone. With Doug Eddings, you're more apt to get the low one than the high one, if it's a borderline pitch. I like that last one.
Best chance by far for the Angels in this game, right here, right now. Balbuena pops it up, but it's going to make it back into the seats. Now Cueto's ahead 1-2. Time for another one of those changeups.
Absolutely. Or you could go above the hands again on that inside corner, in the same area he got strike one.
He went with the changeup, bounced it.
I mean, he really does have three options. I mean, he could throw a breaking ball at him too. And you didn't say that a lot last year, that he had those options when he had guys in 2-strike counts. That's been the difference between last year and this year.
I agree. Pitch count up to 95. 2-2. Balbuena on the ground to first. Belt has it. He'll get an out at second. Crawford to first with Cueto covering. It's a double play. And look at the reaction of Johnny Cueto. Excellent Giants defense, and they get out of the jam.
I think it's the hardest one to turn. When you relying on your pitcher coming over and covering first base, that throw from your shortstop has got to be a strike. And that's exactly what Crawford gave him.
Kipe will come back and join Mike. We'll be back after this.
Local Toyota dealer, and Johnny Cueto has been brilliant today, given some good run support today, highlighted by the home run from Brandon Belt, his 4th game in a row with a home run. And Johnny Cueto has been brilliant. 2 hits allowed through 6. We go into the top of the 7th with the Giants leading 4-0. That's our Toyota game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. New pitcher now for these Angels. And Brandon Belt very quickly puts himself on first base with a base hit. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. 4-0 Giants, top of the 7th. Once again, here's my pal, Dwayne Kuiper.
You want to just keep doing play-by-play?
That's all I got.
No, I mean
that's it.
If you sounded very comfortable.
That's it. There you see the numbers for Johnson, the sinker baller. 13 strikeouts in 13 innings. That's a lot for a sinker baller.
What
Which
did you
is
call a home run in spring training?
Yeah, well,
That was awesome.
I tried to do Dwayne Kuiper.
I thought it was me.
Yeah. Well.
And McCutcheon takes a strike. I used to call it triple play once.
Yeah, it was the worst triple play call in the history of the game.
Didn't Lon Simmons give you some advice?
Well, he gave me some critique.
Did he?
He said, well, it wasn't that bad. You got the outs right. It was like, thank you, Lon.
In tight to McCutcheon. Oh, I love that guy. I miss him.
Yeah.
Buster Posey on deck. By the way, Belt's hit his third of the game. In the dirt, squirts away. Belt will end up at second. Belt, by the way, has 23 foul balls in this game.
That has to be a record.
It has to be something, absolutely.
Well, you know, it's been a great road trip for him. Started off hitting 250. After that last hit, he's hit 293. He's had home runs in each of the last 4 games.
McCutcheon's been on base twice, a single and a walk. Down low. You can thank Bell for this being a bullpen game for the Angels.
Well, he took care of that pretty much in the first inning.
Yes, he did.
The 21 pitch at bat.
And McCutcheon's going to take another walk.
McCutcheon been on base 3 times today, 2 walks and a knock.
I didn't look that thrilled about it, to be honest with you. Here's Buster Posey. Buster's infield hit into a double play, and he's rolled out to short. So Belt a single, McCutcheon a walk. Giants, hey, they did this in the 6th inning. Sandoval and Williamson with base hits, and then nothing. So they're trying to add on. This Angels team is too good offensively not to take advantage of adding on. The pitch to Posey, and Buster tries to bunt his way on, and he missed it, and it's 0-1. First time I've seen that.
Yeah, that's a surprise, but he has been scuffling a little bit at the plate. He's had a thumb injury. He's really had a hard time these last several days keeping his balance, using his lower body in his swing.
Pop up. Kinsler's going to try to get this one, but it's more in the area of Calhoun. Yeah, you made a good point, Mike. Some could be bothering him. He's not going to say. That's the thing.
Well, at the start of this road trip, he was hit 389. And after that swing of the bat, he's down to 269. So I don't think he's 100% with his hands. One thing we've learned about Posey, he's really quiet if he's got an ache.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Especially in the hands. You don't want to let pitchers know that you can pitch him in on the hands.
Longoria takes a strike.
You know,
blocked at the plate.
We hear old school applied to athletes in every sport. But you look at this guy, and I mean, the appearance that he has, just getting in that box, he's old school. The way he wears his uniform, just the way he plays the game, trots the bases.
Fouls it back. Hit a very high towering home run in the 3rd.
Ramirez hangs a breaking ball, and that's what you're supposed to do, hanging breaking balls.
One and 2 with Sandoval on deck. into the hole. Cozart, they'll go to third, and they got him.
The only play they had. I mean, Cozart, he is a good glove man with reputation. All-star shortstop. He takes the hit away, and then while he's on his knees, he throws a perfect strike to Valbuena, and they get the force. That's the only chance they had for an out. Brilliant play.
Here's Sandoval, who singled in the 6th inning. And he looks at a strike.
Used to tick you off when a guy would pick you like that, take an RBI hit away from
Well,
you.
especially if it was a play where if there wasn't guys on first and second, you had a hit. But Sandoval, a healthy rip and a pop-up. It's going to be Valbuena who makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. It's the bottom of the 7th coming up.
Is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Here it's a 4-0 lead for the Giants. We got a new pitcher. When it's time for a change, things speedy. Oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
New pitcher now for Bruce Bochy will be the right-hander Reyes Maranta. He's off to a great start here. This is his 10th appearance. ERA at 0.82 with averaging a strikeout an inning. Hard thrower with a hybrid breaking ball. He also will throw a changeup. Quick arm action. Gets it on you very quickly. Plus, he's got high velocity.
Giants and Nationals will start out tomorrow night, and we'll have it for you right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. 7 p.m. first pitch, pregame live at 6. It'll be Bryce Harper and the Nationals, game 1 of a 3-game series. Yeah, all 3 are on NBC Sports Bay Area. Here's Cozart to lead things off against Reyes Maranta. Maranta threw 2 perfect innings. Mike may have mentioned it on Friday. So here he is against Cozart, then Marte, then Calhoun. And a strike.
That's the way you like it, to open it up when you come out of the bullpen. 96-mile-an-hour knee-high outside corner strike. That makes you think good thoughts.
And a bit off the plate. Not a fastball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. And he spins this one in for a strike. Foul back as Cozart kind of leaned over to stay alive. Maybe he thought that pitch was too close to take.
Well, yeah, after the first strike of this at bat, I mean, that was a perfect pitch, knee-high outside corner. He's got to go down there and protect.
Blocked by Buster Posey, 2-2. Got him. 1 out. Here's Marte. What a great play by Belt to Crawford to Cueto to end the 6th.
Yeah, it all starts with Brandon Belk. Perfect feed, and then here comes the big throw. Cueto, to his credit, gets over to that first base in time to give himself the balance to go either way. Didn't have to go far, and they get the 3-6-1. I think that's the toughest one to turn.
Well, it's tough. Let's remember, just a couple innings before that, they're out there checking his ankle.
Johnny Cueto on the year now, 26 innings. He's given up 1 run.
Look out.
He has earned the rest of the day off.
Three and 0.
Well, Moranta knows the deal here with a 4-0 lead and 1 out. I don't want to walk anybody.
And he comes in with a strike.
Posey putting that target right center cut behind home plate.
And the walk.
And sometimes you just can't throw a strike.
Calhoun is 0 for 2. And that pitch runs inside. One ball and no strikes. You're right. Now he just can't throw a strike. It's 2-0.
Giants have more activity in their bullpen. So Corey Guerin is starting to get heated up. So, after a walk at a 3-ball count, Kurt Young's going to come out and talk it over. And it's a conversation that by the time you get to the big leagues, you've heard many times coming up through the minor leagues. And the conversation goes like this. You've got a 4-0 lead. You do not want to create a rally for free. Put the pressure on the hitter. Just challenge him. If he takes you deep, you have a 4-2 lead. Stay aggressive. But sometimes you lose yourself mechanically, and it becomes impossible to throw a strike.
Well, let's see if the old visit from the pitching coach works here on this 3-0 pitch. 3-1.
I mean, it's one of those times when, I mean, the hitter knows what's coming. Everybody knows what's coming. I mean, Morata has a breaking ball, but I mean, if he has to go to a get-it-in situation like this, you're thinking he's going to challenge with the fastball. So for Calhoun, I mean, this is his chance to get something to drive. And instead, he gets 97 in the outside corner at the knees with some fuzz on it.
So he gets it to 3-2. And he taps it foul.
Just country hardballing right now. Nothing too cute. Put it in the strike zone.
It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner goes on the ground to Panic.
Well, a nice comeback there from Morata. So Kurt Young, motivational speaker, put a feather in his cap.
So here's Maldonado. Maldonado hit by a pitch, and he's popped out to right. Breaking ball misses. 1 ball and no strikes.
Now he's backed himself into another get-it-in situation with a fastball. And that is Maldonado's strength.
And a pop-up into shallow center field as Panic is going to put it away, and that's going to end the inning. After 7, it's 4-0 Giants.
streak for a chance at $5.6 million. Download Beat the Streak today. Top of the 8th inning, it's 4-0 Giants. When it's time for a change, the Expedia Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. New pitcher for Mike Scioscia. It's going to be the left-hander and the only left-hander in their bullpen, Jose Alvarez. It's be the 12th game or 13th game that he's been in. Good numbers, 11 strikeouts at 9 2/3. He's got a good fastball that's low to mid 90s, more lows than mids. And he's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
And he's going to face Gorkis Hernandez, who's batting for the first time. Crawford on deck. Yeah, swing.
Alvarez, 28 years old. He's in his 4th year at the big league level. He made 138 starts in the minor leagues, get to the big leagues, but he's found a nice home in the bullpen. But he's got all the pitches you would see from a starter.
Swing and a miss, 1-2 for Mike Scioscia. This is his 6th pitcher.
Well, it's tough when you only get 2 innings out of your starter.
And they do not have an off day tomorrow. They travel to Houston.
Well, and you know, if you're the Houston Astros, you take a look at the box score, you're thinking, all right,
Good stuff.
at least 7 innings used up by that bullpen. That's how you want a team coming in to play you at home. Beat up, tired bullpen. And as we know, the ballpark in Houston is a good place to hit.
Yes, it is. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Gorkis Hernandez, and it's high. 3-2.
There's 2 halves to this ballpark right now. There's the half that's in the sun and the half that's in the shade.
I mean, for the fans.
For the fans. And the half that's in the shade, they're louder right now.
Got him.
Let's take a look at the 3-2 payoff pitch. That's a gift. I think it was called on location too.
Yep.
I think the umpire's in the sun half. Doug Eddings.
Here's Crawford, who's 0 for 3. And he takes a strike.
There's the sun side of this ballpark. A lot of Giants fans over there on the first base side today.
There is.
It's always great when you come to Southern California and you're playing the Dodgers or the Padres or the Angels. You know you're going to have a lot of Giants fans here, but you don't really hear them until the Giants player hits a home run.
Right.
And then you see every one of them.
One and two. Brandon Crawford right now just a shade over the 200 mark. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Corey Guerin will pitch the 8th.
Crawford's going to muscle one into right field, a base hit. Turn around 92. Lost his bat, doesn't care. Here's Blanco.
That shortens a trip home.
Gregor had a hit in the fourth. He's 1 for 3. Giants with 12 hits. Giants have only had one inning where they didn't have a hit, and that was the second inning. Gregor not happy with that pitch?
He was not. He thought that was down low. And let's take a look. Does he have an argument? Yeah.
Comes up to bunt, and he takes another strike. 0-2. Crawford with his lead. Outside, 1-2.
You know, it's rare to see a team with just one left-hander.
Yeah, it's almost unheard of these days.
Bullpen with one lefty.
Got him. Here's Joe. Panic.
Diamondbacks had 3. Mariners had 3. Angels, 1. You could do that if you got right-handers that could get lefties out.
Yep. Joe Panic, 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats. Since then, he's popped out and rolled out to short.
You get hits in your first 2 at-bats, you're thinking this is going to be
4
a
for
career
4.
day.
Here's the strike. Giants have struck out 9 times in the game today. And Panic shoots it into the hole for a base hit. And that's his 3rd hit. And here comes the red hot branded belt.
Oh, you're right. I mean, these are at-bats we're all looking forward to now. 4 days in a row, he's hit home runs. And when he gets hot, it doesn't matter, righty or lefty. Plus, after today, he's leading the league in foul balls.
The high fly ball to left. Upton will make the catch to end the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up, 4-0 Giants. And the new pitcher is Corey Guerin.
9th time he's come in for Bruce Bochy.
And it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Guerin getting set to take on the top of the lineup. See 10 strikeouts in 7 innings. The high sidearm delivery. You know, you see Guerin's numbers. He's done better against righties than against lefties, and that has everything to do with his arm angle and his breaking ball. Breaking ball's flat. It runs away from a righty into a lefty. A little bit easier for them to hit it.
Here's Kinsler, who takes a strike. Kinsler, 1 for 3. Cueto had not allowed a hit through 5. Kinsler led off the 6th with a base hit.
Ian Kinsler's a grinder. You always get the feeling that it's personal between him and the pitcher, no matter what the score is. He's just one of those guys. You know, they talk about the 5-tool player. Power, can hit for power, hit for average, has speed, good arm, good glove. But that 6th tool, as to how competitive a guy is, I mean, that means everything.
So it's 3-1 to Ian Kinsler. You got all the beef coming up.
A lot of 3-ball counts. A lot of good hitting counts.
And a base hit.
Well, Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity One. X1.
Here's Trout. Trout takes low. Cueto struck Trout out twice. He's 0 for 3.
Cueto threw every trick he had at him.
And a called strike.
He was throwing great change-ups, and he was quick pitching fastballs and giving them different motions and looks. And I kind of think that's how you have to get Trout out.
Into right center field and gone. And we got a ball game. So Trout, like Belt, has hit a home run in every game in this series. And Bruce Bochy's coming to get Corey Guerin. So we got a new pitcher coming in. It's 4-2 here in the 8th.
Take a look at the numbers for Watson. Last time he pitched was second game in Arizona. 9th time that he's come in. He's had a nice start to the season. So he is being asked to calm the waters.
And it'll be Upton to lead things off. And he starts Upton off with a strike, and it's 0-1.
Watson can give you a fastball that can go 89, 93. Good changeup like you just saw. 2 types of breaking ball.
And that's foul down the right field line.
Take a look at the home run off the bat of Mike Trout. He just backspins one the opposite way at 110 miles per hour. 414 feet. But you know, you look at that swing and you think he didn't get all of his lower body in it. Gives you an idea of how strong his hands are.
One and two. Got him.
Now, and that brings calm to the Giants dugout. They're giving up 2 quick runs here to start things. And the beautiful thing about it from Watson's perspective is he got the right-hander out before he's going to see the lefties. It's a big out.
And a strike to Ohtani, who singled in the 6th. Cueto had struck him out his first 2 times up.
Again, backing out of the box.
Well, he's got long enough arms where he can still reach that outside pitch.
Well, I mean, we've seen a lot of hitters that come out of the Japanese league that's their style of hitting. You watch Ichiro, and I mean, he's got that movement. Not quite as big, but
manages to hang in there and poke it foul.
it's kind of the same swing he had in his last at bat when he had a base hit off Cueto. That was in the 6th inning. But that was in a 2-strike count.
Yep. High. 1 and 2.
See, a lot of his home runs have been hit middle in, and you can see why. Whether he falls back, I mean, he's putting himself in a position to get to that pitch.
Out of play. Here's Watson. Chop to Crawford. Crawford just got him.
And he moves for a big guy.
And Crawford had to hurry.
He did. I mean, you look at the way he's built, he's kind of long and lanky. You don't think that you're going to see that type of speed going down the first baseline. But he could go. It's another example of his athleticism. That's 4 flat from the left side. I can't remember a guy who's 6'4", weighed 200 pounds that did that.
Not that big. Boy, you're right.
And he can throw 100 miles an hour.
And he can throw 100 miles an hour. Valbuena takes the ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Not close. And a strike.
They're about another 8 minutes away from the shadows starting to creep over home plate.
And this is lifted foul. Into the shade section. And it's 3 and 2.
Half in the sun, half in the shade.
Out of play again.
The configuration of this ballpark is very much like the configuration directionally that you have in AT&T. Shadows late in the day are about the same. If you're playing the right side of the infield or the outfield, it's an issue.
And Watson calms the storm. Trout hits the home run. It's 4-2 Giants. Keenan Middleton is the new pitcher. Giants saw him last night.
Well, he was impressive. Showed a fastball that went mid to high 90s. Hard slider and a changeup. 3 quality pitches. 12 strikeouts in 12 innings. So Mike Scioscia has his team get 2 runs closer to the 4-run deficit. Cut it in half. Now he wants his closer to go out there and face the heart of the lineup.
McCutcheon's been on base 3 times. He will lead things off. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. His inning and a third last night, he allowed 1 hit, he struck out 3. And we're talking about Middleton. There's a strike.
Middleton's, I mean, he's a baby, 24 years old. He was a standout basketball player coming up out of Oregon. Hey, they're all good athletes up here. It's amazing when you go into a clubhouse, you look at everybody, you consider the baseball players. Just about everybody's excelled in other sports.
That's right. We knew that when we went to our first minor league spring training camp, and everybody had their scrapbooks in their lockers.
It's great. In rookie league, you have guys wearing their high school letterman jacket. Hey, buddy, you might want to leave that in your room.
Just about the time you thought you were the best in the world, there was a guy sitting next to you that was better.
And, in 3 other sports, too.
Two and two. 3 and 2. There's Buster Posey, who's on deck. McCutcheon lifts it to left. Upton a long run. Upton's going to reach up and make the catch. Nice play.
Really was going over his right shoulder. And you watched him run. I mean, he ran a straight line to the ball and extended as much as he could going over the shoulder. But you talk about straight routes. So what's a great route? A straight route. And that was a straight route. It had to be perfect, and he got it done. Good play. Yeah, Middleton liked it. Utah man.
So here's Buster.
That was the Utah man figure.
Up and in. Buster had an infield hit in the first inning. He's bounced out twice and he's popped out to right. Pop foul and out of play.
You know what's cool about this ballpark is that you can literally hit one out of the ballpark and foul. You can hit it over the roof.
Yeah, the stands are close. Also a little pop-up into shallow center field. It's going to be Kinsler who puts it away. And here's Longoria. Longoria homered in the third. Pops it up. And Maldonado will put it away. And that'll end the inning. So we will head to the bottom of the ninth. Strickland will come in at 4-2 Giants. Run or less to start the season, and we're showing this for only one reason. That's because my partner's on that list. See Johnny Cueto with a .35 earned run average. Mike did it in 1985. Brantley in 92. Noah Lowry is on that list. It's a pretty good list to be on. Way to go, partner.
Well, thanks. Any list that you could be on with Juan Marichal, that's an honor. The one name up there, though, is haunting, and that's Noah Lowry. I always thought that he was going to be special.
He could still be pitching if he didn't get hurt.
And his arm gave out on him. I mean, he had everything.
So Strickland is on to try to get the last three outs. It'll be Cozart, Marte, and Calhoun. Giants with a 4-2 lead.
Well, look at the stats. He's had 4 save ops, and he's converted 2 of them. So this is a big, big day for Strickland, given that the last 2 opportunities he's had, he's not converted.
Outside to Cozart, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. There's a strike as he pours one in at 93.
Calm you down. Get it in strike. In all likelihood, Zach Cozart was taking a strike anyway. But it does indeed calm you down if you're a bullpenner. First strike, first out. Especially if you're a closer.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
And that's the tilt he wants with that slider.
Two and two on the fastball away. This is the only game going on. The Dodgers and Nationals will start in about a half an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him.
So Strickland gets the first strike. He gets the first strike out. And take a look at the payoff pitch. 94 two-seam movement, down and in, framed beautifully. And for Cozart, it winds up being a rough at bat.
Here's Marte. Marte came in after Simmons was hit by a pitch and then departed about a half inning later. Two and 0. Calhoun is on deck.
I think you have to learn how to take your time as a closer.
That'll be a base hit into left field for Marte, bringing Calhoun to the plate.
Now the shade across the infield did not seem to bother Marte. It is a situation with the shade that it does favor the pitcher. Calhoun, lots of power, very aggressive on the first pitch.
And a high strike on a breaking ball. It's 0-1.
That was a gift. Take a look at it. Thank you very much.
Called it again. 0-2.
Went right back, same location, different pitch. And just nicking the top right-hand corner of that strike zone.
Up and in. 1-2.
A little subtle change there. Threw a fastball with Boomer running in on him.
Fall back. Made a good rip. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Calhoun is now going to step out. And he gets a breaking ball and he rolls it foul.
You're in that batter's box and you see that ball come out of the pitcher's hand and it's got sun on it. It strobes as it disappears into that shade. And it makes it difficult to pick up a spin or a breaking ball. Calhoun did well just to fight that pitch off. That's a good breaking ball.
One and 2. High drive to right. McCutcheon has got it on the track. 2 down.
Wow. You just don't trust the right side of this field. It's very much like Coors Field, and it's the hot part of the yard. And at a 2-strike count, Calhoun nails this thing.
Manfred had top spin, Mike.
Top spin's the only thing that kept that thing in the ballpark. If he backspins that thing, it's 20 rows up in the bleachers. See the anger from Calhoun. He thought he had it. I don't think he could square a ball up any better than that. He just put topspin on it.
Rene Rivera is going to hit. So here's Strickland going after Rivera. And the first pitch is down low on the appeal. No swing.
Marty Foster, first base umpire. There's Marty fighting the sun. Ambidextrous.
So it's 2-0. Well, I don't think you'd want to face Kinsler, who's on deck.
You do not. So this becomes a big pitch.
It really does. Rivera wasn't waiting around. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, I mean, that's what he had to do. He had to challenge. He's got a 2-run lead. I mean, you cannot give up a free pass here and face the top of the lineup and bring the go-ahead run into that batter's box for free by way of the walk. So you've got to get after him.
High and foul and out of play. 2-2. Strickland at the belt. And it's outside 3-2.
That's a good pitch. He had a chance to make his pitch with that breaking ball and hope that Rivera, who's got a pretty good reputation for expanding his zone, to his credit, he laid off.
Runner goes, and this is tapped foul. So for Strickland, pitch number 21. And a base hit. Moving to third will be Marte. And here comes Kinsler.
Now, from Strickland's perspective, he had to challenge. He had to put the pressure on Rivera, and to Rivera's credit, I mean, that's a heck of an at-bat. But the Angels get exactly what they want. They get life, and they get the top of their lineup coming up.
And they get Kinsler, who has a couple of hits in 4 at-bats. With that guy on deck, Trout. And the pitch. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
Giants backup Grego Blanco in center field.
High and playable. And that's the ball game. Kinsler thinking, I just missed it.
He's thinking he just missed it.
Hey, Giants win a series.
First series victory for this club, and they do it behind the strength of Johnny Cueto and Brandon Belt, who is absolutely on fire right now. Evan Longoria has found his swing, so things accomplished this road trip. Well, there have been a lot of them, but the biggest one is they win a series and they bring momentum home to play Washington tomorrow.
And you know what Bruce Bochy is going to say after the game?
Just another laugher.
Or he's going to say, did we win the game? Final score, it's the Giants 4 and the Angels 2. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Giants Postgame Live, presented by Toyota, which starts right now.